5 years from now, one of two things will happen. You'll look at your life and think, wow, I actually built something amazing. Or you'll think, wait, how did 5 years pass and nothing really changed? And here's the uncomfortable truth. That future won't be decided by one big life-changing moment. Not by a motivational video, not by a productivity app, not even by that notebook you bought to start fresh on Monday. It will be decided by something so small most people ignore it. Your daily habits, tiny actions, repeated every single day. And those tiny actions are quietly shaping your future right now. Here's the mistake most people make. When we want to improve our lives, we think big changes are the answer. We imagine a dramatic transformation. Tomorrow we'll wake up early, start exercising every day, read books, eat perfectly healthy, basically become a completely different person overnight. And for a few days, it actually works. You feel motivated, focused, like your life finally has momentum. Then something happens. You miss one workout, then another. You skip reading one day. Then suddenly the whole plan collapses like a cheap plastic chair. And now you're back where you started. So you tell yourself the usual story. Maybe I'm just not disciplined enough. But according to Atomic Habits by James Clear, the problem isn't discipline. The problem is thinking big change comes from big actions, because real change works very differently. Atomic Habits introduces a simple but powerful idea. Small habits create massive results. Imagine improving just 1% every day. 1% sounds ridiculously small, almost pointless, but when small improvements compound over time, something crazy happens. If you get 1% better every day for a year, you won't just be a little better, you'll be about 37 times better. That's the power of compounding. The same force that grows money in a bank account can grow your habits. Tiny improvements, repeated daily, quietly stacking up. But here's the tricky part. At the beginning, you don't see results, which is exactly why most people quit. Imagine planting a tiny seed in the ground. For the first few days, nothing happens. A week passes. Still nothing. Even after a month, the ground looks exactly the same. If you didn't know better, you'd think the seed was doing absolutely nothing. But beneath the surface, something important is happening. Roots are growing. The foundation is forming. The plant is preparing for the moment it finally breaks through the soil. And when it finally does, it looks like the growth happened overnight. But it didn't. It was the result of weeks of invisible progress. Habits work exactly the same way. Let's say you read just 5 pages a day. 5 pages feels insignificant, but after 1 year, that's over 1,800 pages, roughly 10 to 12 books finished. Or imagine doing just 10 push-ups a day. At first, nothing seems to change, but months later, your strength starts improving, your energy increases, your body transforms. The progress didn't happen suddenly. It was built by hundreds of tiny actions stacking up on top of each other. So, how do you actually use this idea? Simple. Start ridiculously small. Instead of saying, I'll read 30 pages every day, start with 1 page. Instead of saying, I'll exercise for an hour, start with 5 minutes. Because the real goal isn't intensity. The real goal is consistency. Small habits work because they remove the hardest part of change, starting. Once something becomes part of your daily routine, it stops feeling like effort. It becomes automatic, just something you do. Most people are waiting for some big moment that will suddenly change their life. A burst of motivation, a perfect plan, a fresh start on January 1st. But real change rarely looks dramatic. It looks small. 1 page read today, 1 short workout, 1 tiny improvement. These actions may feel insignificant right now, but over months and years, they quietly shape who you become. Because the future you're going to live in 5 years is being built by the tiny habits you repeat today. So the question isn't whether habits shape your life. They already do. The real question is, are your habits building your future or slowly stealing it?
Subscribe and follow for more content like this.